Recently, in Gujarat, PepsiCo company filed cases against the local farmers for infringement of certain patent rights up to an amount of 1 crore of rupees against small and marginal farmers. This was done for violation of certain sections of the 2001 Plant Varieties and Farmers' Rights Protection Act. At the essence of this whole thing is the trade-related intellectual property rights known as TRIPS, which were part of the World Trade Organization, for which India was a signatory. Under this, the patenting of the seed varieties by private companies and protection of those rights through a patent regime was enabled by getting in this act in tune with the World Trade Organization requirements. Earlier, when this World Trade Organization didn't exist and most of the research was in the realm of government agencies, agricultural universities, national level research institutions, the question of any patenting never arose. Most of the seed that were developed by them were made available to the farmers free of cost to raise the crops and get the benefit of whatever is the productivity that came out of this seed, better developed seed. But with the advent of the World Trade Organization and the enactment in tune with it by the Government of India, today there are certain patenting rights that are given to the private companies. And these patenting rights, violation of which is now cited by the PepsiCo company. This particular case, which was slapped on the farmers of Gujarat by PepsiCo company, bring into sharp focus some of the issues with reference to the operations of these multinationals in a country like India and the protection of farmers' rights vis-a-vis these multinational companies. 3-4 questions that come to our mind are: one, is there a way of getting out of this World Trade Organization or the TRIPS agreement? Is that a choice for the Indian farmer or for the Indian government itself? 2, is there an alternative to these multinational companies working in the agricultural field? 3rd, what best needs to be done to protect the interests of the farmers? As far as the first question is concerned, it's practically ruled out. We are part of the World Trade Organization and the TRIPS that go with that, and all our acts are to be in consonance or in compliance with the TRIPS agreement, because that's what we have signed for. And this itself has given us a lot of room for trading as part of this multilateral trading agency, World Trade Organization. And this encompasses not just one area of TRIPS, but also the manufacturing, the service sector, as well as the agricultural sector. But of course, the way the World Trade Organization has been formed and different rounds of discussions were conducted under it, unfortunately, the developing countries have lost, because the liberalization has come before in manufacturing, servicing and intellectual property rights, whereas when it came to liberalization in the agricultural sector, which were covered under the Doha round, it was a failure, and developed countries continue with their subsidies on a very large scale in agriculture, shutting out their markets to the developing countries. But that's an unfortunate reality with which we have to live with, and there's very little that we can do to change it unless another round of agricultural liberalization are held and are successful. Given these facts, the choice for either the farmer or for the government to come out of this trade related intellectual property rights is not there, practically ruled out. The second one is, do we have an alternative to the multinational led contract farming through which today PepsiCo and other such companies are operating? The cooperative farming can be a alternative, but its success, except in the case of Amul, is not there across the country. So even that alternative is not all that a great alternative to this agreement-led contract farming of the multinationals. Given this scenario, the best thing that the government can do is to protect the interests of the farmers vis-a-vis these multinational agencies. This can be done by setting up in these states an organization funded fully by the government of India, which can take up all the litigation costs of whatever the farmer may have to do with the multinational companies in case the seeds given by them do not germinate, or they indulge in unfair trade practices, or like the one where they have filed cases against the farmers in Gujarat. Such companies should be fully funded by government, and all the litigation costs of whatever the farmer will have to wage against the multinational companies for non-germination of seed or for not giving them a fair return as promised in the agreements should be taken up by these organizations, so that the farmer is delinked from litigation and is able to do his agriculture. These multinational companies have a very, very important role to play in modernizing Indian agriculture. They can link the small farmer with a world market. They can also add value in terms of post-harvest technologies, processing, etc. So they have a very, very important role to play, and they should be allowed to play that role. But when it comes to facing these companies individually by farmer in terms of litigation, he is bound to lose. So this is one area which should be taken over by the government agencies, allowing the farmer to freely concentrate on agriculture and reap the benefits of the additional value addition these multinational companies can get to him. Thank you.